Hello students, this poem A Tiger in the Zoo is your second poem written by Leslie Norris, and this poem presents two situations. One is tiger in the forest freely wandering, showing his power, his terror, and second situation of tiger is that he is prisoned in the zoo. And being present in the zoo, he is powerless, he is like a paralyzed. So when you will start to read this poem, you will find that the poem starts with the introduction of the prisoned tiger in the zoo, but in two passages you will find that these two passages introduce the tiger of the forest who is free, and again last two passages are introducing the same, showing the same pitiful and paralyzed condition of the tiger present in the zoo. So, and the most important thing is that Leslie Norris is the writer of this poem and he is the environmentalist. He advocates in the favor of animal, in the favor of wild animals and forests, in the favor of trees. According to Leslie Norris, the real home resident of the wild animals is forest and they should be released there to be free. They should not be restricted in the zoo or any concrete cell, etc. So let us start this poem and by reading come to know what is the contrast and what is the condition in this poem of the tiger. So let us start. He stalks in his vivid stripes. देखो, listen. The word he you will find each and everywhere, that is the third person pronoun, but here he is used for the tiger, but you all know that he is used pronoun, he is used to the male race of the human being, but here tiger has been presented as the main race. Everywhere you will find he, his, he, etc., and all these he words shows that here tiger has been personified. Tiger has been presented here as a human being, human race, behaving, showing each and every activities like the same as the human being, as the human race. So come to start our study. He stalks in his vivid stripes. He means the tiger. Stalks means paces. Pace means to walk 2 foot step, measured footsteps, or to walk in measured footsteps, as you will find that after taking meal people walk to and fro for the purpose of adjusting or for the purpose of maintaining digestion of the food, in which steps those are the pacing steps. In same way, he stalks means he paces, he steps, he keeps the measured steps in his vivid stripe. Vivid mean many different stripes, means the lines on the body of tiger, that is in Hindi you can say dhariyan. So tiger paces or steps, tiger steps in his different varied type of lines on his body, the few steps of his cage. Cage means bar, pinjra. So a few steps means for him the cage is of small size, and so he is not able to walk freely, to run freely, and he is compelled to take only just a few steps to forward and then to be returned back. So being compelled due to situation, being prisoned in the prison concrete cell, tiger takes only some few steps forward and then becomes back of his cage on pads of elevator. Pads Pads are the soft and sponge type base of the legs of the feet of the tiger. Of velvet, velvet means very soft pads, quiet means peacefully, means tiger is walking to and fro in his mm, cage on his very soft and spongeful feet, peacefully, quietly, in his quiet race, in his quiet, very silently raise means anger, means he has anger, he wants to be free, but he has become paralyzed, he can't be free according to his own. So he has great anger, destructive anger in his mind, in his heart, but being present in cage, he is unable to do so. So he is suppressing, he is subduing his rage in his heart, and thus walking to and fro few steps measured in his cage. In second para, and this first para shows the pitiful and despondent condition of the tiger in the zoo. Second para, he should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. By reading of all these lines, all these words, you will come to know that this passage, and he should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, bearing his white fangs, his claws terrorizing the village. These two passages are showing that now this tiger is in prison in zoo, cage of the zoo, but in these two lines the tiger is free in the forest. He can do each and everything whatever he will like to do. So narrator is poeticizing that he should be lurking in shadow, means this tiger who is in the prison in the zoo, he should not be stay here, he should not be present here, but this tiger should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass. Lurking in shadow, lurking means hiding, in shadow means in the shade of grasses, trees, means that tiger should be free in the jungles, in the forest, and there he should be lurking, he should be hiding in the grasses, grass, trees, and other shrubby grasses, so that in he can hold his victim, his hunting. Sliding means sleeping through long grass, means this tiger should be in the forest, and it should be there by hiding, chasing its victim, its prey, near the water hole, means near the water hole here is representing the source of the water, like lake, river, pond, and other great river sources, whatever source of the water. So that tiger not should be here in the cage, but it should be in open forest, and it should be sliding hidingly through the grass near the hole, near the water hole, near the source of water, where the plump deer pass, where the plump means slightly fat deer come to drink water, to have water, to drink water, and other animal also come there to drink water, and thus this tiger will be able to catch his prey, and thus will be able to feed himself, and also it will be free there will be its liberty, and it will be on its freedom. Again the narrator said he should be snarling, and snarling means roaring, he should be means this tiger should be roaring around houses at the jungle says, means this tiger should be free in the jungle, in the forest, and it should roar there. Snarl means roar there, to show anger, to spread fear, terror of its own existence at the jungle's edge, means those houses which are at the edge or near to the jungle, and this tiger should be there near to these tigers, and near to these village, near to these houses, and there it should be snarled, so that the real existence of tiger can be can be known. Bearing means showing by opening widely its mouth. His white fangs. Fangs means teeth, but these fangs are such teeth. These teeth are such teeth which are used to tear off any flesh और any type of hard thing. Means शिकार के लिए जो दांत चीरने फाड़ने के लिए होते हैं, those are called fangs. So this tiger should be showing its tearing of teeth, the symbol of terror. White fangs means the symbol of terror teeth. His claws and terrorizing the village means spreading the whole terror in the whole village. And thus this tiger should be in the jungle in wait of its victim, its prey. And also this tiger should be in the open forest, showing its bare white fangs to show its existence, spreading its fear, because the real tiger means, or real lion means, that it is the symbol of the terror and fear. But again poet is turning towards the Jew and showing, but lekin he is locked in a concrete cell. Means this tiger who should be free in the village, jungle, forest, who should be free according to his own, who is the symbol of terror, fear and power, energy, unlimited power and unlimited energy, is locked, means had been controlled, had been paralyzed in concrete cell in the Jew. His strength behind bars and his power has gone behind bars, has been controlled, has been restricted behind bars. He can't be free more. Stalking the length of his cage. Stalking means measuring, going to and fro of the length of his cage, ignoring visitors, and thus he is trying to ignore visitors because he is knowing very well that now he has lost his power. He is not able to spread terror. He has no more symbol of terror and fear for the society, for the other people. He has lost his existence by being captured in the concrete cell. So he is trying to avoid visitors. He has become handicapped. He, that is the tiger, hears the last voice at night, and narrator says that being captured in the behind of the concrete cell, the tiger hears the last voice at night, and that voice was of which the patrolling cars, means those patrolling cars who were patrolling there, observing there the condition only for the purpose of walking there, coming there and going there, were coming cars, and the tiger heard the last voice of those cars at night and stares means gazed with his brilliant eyes, और वह घूर कर अपनी आंखें फाड़ता है. He spreads his eyes by staring, by gazing at the brilliant stars towards the open sky. Means when he gazes towards the open sky, this is the symbol that he was compelled to live in the behind the bar, and he wishes to go in the open forest, in the open sky, but that was impossible for him, and now he has become culprit. He has become victim himself rather than to make victim someone else. He has lost his power. He has become paralyzed rather than to restrict, to spread terror and fear in the other animals and creatures. Thus narrator is trying to show that how we, the human being, in the self greed and avarice, have snatched or had made away the animals, wild animals, from their real habitat, and how we are harmful or sorrowful for them, how we are causing disturbance, how the human race is causing disturbance to the whole wild animals, forest, etc. And it should not be so. Those animals should be in their real residence. This is the summary of this lesson, and after thus it completes. Thank you. Have a nice day. If any problem occurs, then contact me.